And joining me on this special broadcast is author Amish Tripathi. He's written extensively on Maryada Purushottam Shri Ram, on Devi Sita. He's written on Ayodhya and on Diwali. He joins me on this special broadcast. Amish, wish you and your loved ones a very happy Diwali. Is Diwali this year, Amish, different with Ram Lala at the Divya Bhavya Ram Temple at Ayodhya?
First of all, happy Diwali to you and your family, Gaurav, and through you to all your viewers from my family and me. Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Shri Ram.
This is special beyond anyone's lifetime. I mean, this is happening after 500 years. The Honorable Prime Minister had said when doing the Pran Pratishtha of Lord Ram's the Ram Janmabhoomi temple earlier this year that there's a second Diwali, but this is in fact the first Diwali when the temple has been inaugurated once again. Diwali is a celebration of the return of Lord Ram after he had defeated Ravan. And we couldn't do this, our civilization couldn't do this for nearly 500 years when the original temple was destroyed by Mir Baqi, the general of Babur. So this is special beyond imagination.
Okay, so you said this year is special. This is indeed that Diwali is being celebrated after 500 years with Ram Lala at the Divya Bhavya Navya Ram Temple at Ayodhya. Will this draw future generations to one, the temple, two, to a Sanatan culture, to a Sanatan dharma, and does this lead to our, the glory of the dharma and our culture being spread far and wide?
Gaurav, look, civilizations move a lot more slowly. And particularly our civilization. Like I said, we are the only pre-Bronze Age culture that is still alive. Every single other pre-Bronze Age culture is dead. We waited 500 years. Our memory is very stubborn. We refuse to forget. And therefore, even the revival will take time. One of the things I always suggest to people is that don't judge India by a few quarters or a few years. Civilization moves at a slower pace. We are like an elephant. We move slower, but we move far more surely. And once an elephant starts moving, nothing in the jungle can stop it. We are on the move. We are reviving.
We are reviving, and as this process of revival and rediscovering our roots and strengthening our roots once again continues, there's this debate that's raging, and I want to draw you into this debate. Are firecrackers integral to our festivities, and especially if we were to talk about Diwali?
Actually, there are enough texts which do mention this, Gaurav. From Gupta times, perhaps even earlier, there is a tradition around this. I won't go into too much details, but to those who may be interested among your viewers, prior to this period of Diwali and Dashera is the Shraddh, the Pitru Paksh, where we remember our ancestors. Remember, we are pagan religions, so we worship our ancestors as well, just like the Chinese do. And the belief, it used to be there was this term called Ulka Dan, where our ancestors actually come, we give them food, we give them water, we pray to them during the Pitru Paksh, and then when they go back, we kind of light the way home, just like Diwali was supposed to light the way home for Lord Ram. So we used to leave, fire kind of rockets which would actually light the way home. This tradition is there in China also, by the way, from ancient times. So this is not something that is just a new form of celebration. This has been around since ancient times. Having said that, look, we are a traditional society. We are also a liberal society. So if there are some, adjustments that should be made to our traditions for the cause of safety, for example, children are bursting firecrackers. What can we do to ensure that it is safe? There are cases in Sivakasi, various others, for example, where children are being used to manufacture firecrackers. This is of course wrong. So some adjustments should be made. But the tradition should continue. This is part of our ancient way of life.
It's part of our ancient way of life. So it's not a new development or something that came just a couple of 100 years ago. It's been there from you're saying from the Gupta Kal of our history, from the Magad Patliputra Empire. Are we to understand that?
The exact form of firecrackers today is obviously modern. That's the way of manufacturing. I'm talking about the use of fire and fireworks during this period in a form of Ulkadanam. There would be various ways of using fire and fireworks for this. So it would not be a modern firecracker, but just like ancient and medieval Chinese did, we did as well. This is certainly an ancient tradition. It's not something that is just a newfangled thing that's come out right now. I will say that, look, for those who say talk about pollution, okay, whatever technical improvements can be made to reduce pollution and
Yes.
to create green firecrackers, of course we should do that. Technology should be used, but I think enough research has shown that firecrackers are definitely not the biggest source of pollution. The biggest source of pollution are either construction sites or vehicles, and particularly SUVs used by the rich, or crop burning by farmers. And for elite people who use SUVs to drive and who cause much greater pollution, who live in luxury properties, to attack firecrackers, which are usually done by the middle classes and the lower middle classes, to me is a form of elitism, actually.
I will let that be the last word on this part of the show. Conversations with you are always very interesting and enlightening. Amish, for joining me here on Deepavali, many thanks.